Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess, I need this real.
On the Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference.
Okay, I thought this was going to be covered in front page news, but I got my good sis back. So, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry approved 11 bills last week. Some of these bills include expanding death row execution methods and legislation that eliminates the option for parole. Now, nitrogen gas and electrocution were added as methods to carry out the death penalty. Now, one of the biggest changes is that residents 18 and older can carry a concealed handgun without a permit.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I seen that yesterday in the news. 18 years old. There's no way.
Yeah, right? And this goes into effect on July 4th. Like
the 4th of July?
The
Damn.
4th of July.
There ain't gonna be no firecrackers going on.
There's gonna be a bunch of purging, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a setup.
So you don't need a permit. You 18 years old, you can go to the store and buy a firearm.
Yup, you don't need a permit to purchase.
Insane.
You don't need a registration of firearms. You don't need license to own, and you don't need a permit to carry. Nope, you don't.
Well, that's gonna end well.
Yep. Louisiana
That's crazy.
reportedly uses slave labor in their prisons. I mean, this is what we know. For people who don't know, that's some news I just dropped on y'all. And NOLA is the sixth most dangerous city in the world per capita. This is so intentional. That I wrote that. I ain't have to say. Let me just say it. This is so intentional, right? America. And look, and I also dug up this quote. Right, I know Charlamagne may be doing this, but this is a meaningful one.
Okay, go ahead.
Afeni Shakur said, America will give you all the tools that you need to destroy yourselves.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's facts.
That's very much, that just trumps any other quote that he ever said.
That's what happens when Jess can't go to sleep and she stays up and watches the
news all night long.
This is how we get an effective news day.
There you know? Cook.
And I just think it's crazy. And I saw one lawmaker that said, this is going to lower the crime rate. What?
No.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
They're intentionally setting kids up, setting, black people up. I don't care. This is crazy.
I just think at 18 to be able to have that much power in your hand and not necessarily be grown. I think it creates a big problem because
the biggest problem is that there's no background checks whatsoever. I mean,
No.
number one, you're only 18.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But clearly they're not doing any type of mental competency test, nothing. Like you can just walk into a store and get a gun. Nobody knows what your emotional well-being is, your mental well-being, nothing.
But you're not even grown yet. Just imagine the things that you did at 18.
Yeah.
Right? And you getting into fights and you
That's
doing
what I'm
stupid
saying. You're
ish.
not even mature.
But now you have a firearm in your hand that you feel like gives you even more power.
There's a lot of teens that are still angry and has so much built up anger at 18. You get what I'm saying? And now listen, it doesn't cover, you can't get a rifle or a shotgun, only handguns. You know how easy they are to get already?
Well, you usually could get a handgun a rifle, a shotgun at 16 usually, right?
Yeah, but nope, this doesn't cover that. It's saying no for that, but
That's wild.
only the handguns, yep. Crazy. All right, so that's the recipe for disaster. A happy July 4th, y'all.
And then not only that, when the police pull you over and you got a handgun on you, now that's another thing they got to worry about.
Oh, not there because it's clearly legal, right? You show your license
it's not
and
there.
registration.
And then the fact that
And your gun permit.
If you have enough time to pull out your license and registration, if a police pulls you over with a handgun on you.
and then the legislation that eliminates the option for parole, they setting them up. Like they're literally setting them up to be killed and thrown in jail forever. Sad. Okay. In other news, Jennifer Lewis almost died after falling 10 feet.
I saw that, man.
I know. Jennifer Lewis had a ball fall 2 years ago that almost took her life. She recently spoke about the incident in an interview with Robin Roberts. And this is what she said.
I saw the infinity pool out on my deck. So I went out and I'm walking and all of a sudden, boom, I had fallen 10 feet.
Damn.
Into a dry ravine full of boulders and stones and sharp rocks. Robin, there was a knot sectioned off and there was no sign that said caution. My right hip took the impact. My shoulder went up against a stone. In pitch black, I didn't know I was falling. Nothing would move.
And and she was vacationing in Africa after wrapping a film or whatever, right? And so
She's
the fact
such a
that
good storyteller too.
Yeah, ain't she
It-
Jesus? Because
it sounds like she was reading like a good audio scripted original.
Yes, like Maya Angelou or something. I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. But it wasn't, because she also said that she thought that she would die.
There are wild animals. Because when Lori shined her flashlight down there, she didn't know there was a Cape buffalo 10 feet away. When Lori ran to get help, I heard a lion roar. My last thought, because I am Jennifer Lewis, was what a headline. The king ate the queen.
I'm glad she can laugh about it because I was ready to say, listen, next time she come up here, she ain't gonna be hitting no splits.
Listen, Jennifer Lewis ain't no liar. I'll tell you that much.
She's a great storyteller. Though.
Yeah, she is.
I think a little bit of hot sauce might have got put on that story.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Girl, she
Buffalo
said,
and lion now.
listen, both of them, and they both walk
I'm
past
about
our
to-
ass.
I'm about to
What's
Google,
up?
do they exist in the same terrain? I don't know.
A buffalo and a lion?
I
In
don't
Africa,
know. I
you
don't
know,
know.
things
I don't
be
know.
different.
I don't know. I'm just
She
asking.
said in Africa things be
'Cause
different.
I'm just saying, if I'm the lion, I would rather the buffalo.
Yeah, but
know what I'm
listen,
saying?
Not
her-
necessarily. Not if somebody's just laying there and you ain't got to fight him.
Buffalo wings, though?
Oh, shut up, man.
Yo, she fell in a whole ditch of rocks and boulders.
Sharp.
10 feet. She said the fall was like boom, and her friend flashed that flashlight down there, and she saw the buffalo.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at mad videos of buffalo and lion fighting.
And she ran to go get help.
Damn.
Oh my God! And she heard the lion roar. I was like, oh my gosh! So she better do a
Yeah,
movie
I'm glad
about
she's
this.
all right.
Jennifer Lewis would have been easy to eat.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
them buffaloes ain't no joke. They big as hell with them horns.
Go to the person that's not moving.
Yeah. How did they get them for the wings?
How they what?
But
Nothing.
You know what? You are dumb. That is not what we doing here. Buffalo wings do not come from a buffalo. Come on, let's wrap this up. That was Jess With The Mess for the second hour. Crazy.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.